What's up, Mr. Hip Hop Vegan, coming with another video. I know this is kind of ghetto right now. I usually had this board hung up or something like that, but this is a different apartment, so I don't have it hung up anymore. But this one, what I want to talk about is the metaphysics and the pyramid of self, which I'm going to call it. It's going to be part one. And I think it's very important to understand yourself, health, wealth, and knowledge of self. That's going to be the three key elements right now in this part one of my video teaching series. And it's very important, the metaphysics. You know what metaphysics is, the study of the unknown, the study of different things that you can't see, unseen changes and stuff like that, the science of the unseen hand. So you can study metaphysics yourself, but on this video, what I want to teach you is the pyramid of self and the three key elements to the pyramid of self. So what I want you to do is, if you do watch the video and you want to take notes and stuff like that, you just draw a quick pyramid. And the reason why I chose the pyramid, I think this is a very important symbol that you can use. People have it with the Illuminati, the finding of the third eye. You can draw the little eye right there if you want, but this is not the whole purpose of this. The reason why I want to use the pyramid instead of like a circle or something like that, this is a very important symbol, not only for higher learning, but a symbol of it. To tell you the truth, it's just a basic symbol of self. But I want to talk about the pyramid of self and how you can use this pyramid to understand yourself. So the first one, I think, which is important, is going to be health. And the reason why I put health on top is very important that you get your health down first. It's good if you start young. You can start this later in life, but if you start young, if you're young and you're watching this, health is very important. We're living in an age right now where they glorify drug use, especially lean, pills, Molly, Percocets, hydrocodone, and it's very, very rampant going on right now. And I think why people are gravitating to it, because you can just go to your local drugstore and buy it. You don't have to go to your drug dealer. If you get the prescription, you can go to a safe place such as Walgreens, CVS, if you're able to get the script and go get it. So I think that's why people tend to move towards that, because you don't have to go to a trap house, go to a drug dealer, which you can go anywhere, and if you know people, you can buy any type of pills, any type of mind-altering substance. But the reason why I want to go to health first, because health is your lifeblood. Health is if you understand self. And what I don't understand is people will read a book about computers. They'll read a book about lions, elephants. They'll read a book about different subjects, non-fiction books. They'll read fiction books. But a lot of them tend not to read a lot of health and find ways to heal yourself. Especially now with the medical age and stuff like that. A lot of people are just, like I said, turning to pills, going to hospitals and doctors, and they got away from the shamans, the naturopathic healers and stuff like that, the real ones, not the fake ones that you find over here that they just find and just sell pills and different tinctures, and they think they can cure this and cure that and never cure anything on their life. I know a lot of you guys most likely heard of Dr. Sebi. If you're really interested, you should read a lot about his story, and his information is very good. But just when you get information, don't think that his information is the only information, because there's a group of people together that combines to connect the health lifestyle, which I think is very important. I'm just gonna draw this on here real quick and talk about each one little by little, and then put it together and see how they correlate. So the first one I think that is important is health. The next one I'm going to put is wealth. Wealth. My bad, I probably spelled it wrong, but you understand what I'm talking about. And the important thing about wealth is having money and having the basic necessities, what you need, especially now in modern time. Back in the days, you can get away with it because people were growing their own foods. People had farms. It was mostly agricultural society. But now that we're living in a modern day society, you need to have wealth. And wealth is going to be very, very, very important. I don't care if you hate rich people. I don't care if you don't think money is that important. I've been depressed both ways. I had money and been depressed, and I've been broke and had depressed, and I felt better depressed when I had money than when I didn't have money. It's kind of oxymoronic, but wealth is very important. You can't build a community, you can't build a family, you can't build structures without wealth. And if you think I'm lying, go pay your bills with niceness, kindness. That doesn't pay bills. When Tico calls, which I live in Florida, which is Tico, when Tico calls and say they want their money, if you don't pay them, they're gonna cut your lights off. So don't come at me with wealth is not important. In modern day time is very, very, very important. And one book which I recommend, which I wasn't gonna put, is gonna be Dave Ramsey. Total Money Makeover. And the reason why I choose that book, you can argue with me, you can do this, but once you start learning about not using debt to become rich, and you can use your own ideas, you can use your own money that's coming in. I read a lot of books on people who started businesses without using debt. So if you are gonna go and get wealth, try to do it with the least debt as possible. The only reason why you should use debt is to buy a house. Anything else is dumb to use wealth. Debt, I'm sorry about that. The only reason why you should use debt, like I said, is to buy a house, because it's going to be hard for people to save $100,000 to $300,000 to buy a house. So that's a different story, but man, let me erase this. You get the point, Dave Ramsey. But that wasn't going to be in a series on the book, but I just gave him props because it's very important. So wealth, so like I said, health, wealth. And then the third one is going to be knowledge of self. And the reason why I think that is important, you have to learn about yourself. You have to learn about your body. Like I said, going back to health, knowledge of self is important because you have to understand the functions of your body, the endocrine system, just how the whole system works all together. You got to understand what the liver does. You got to understand what the kidney does. You got to understand, what happens to your prostate, why prostate cancer is so rampant in men. We have, men have the prostate, but you understand why it's easy to get prostate cancer. And that might be a next video I might make, is why prostate cancer is very, why men and prostate cancer goes together. Women can't get prostate cancer, but why men get prostate cancer. But knowledge of self is very important because you got to understand yourself. You got to understand how the brain works. You got to understand meditation and how meditation and the brain correlates with each other. Just how the blood system works, how the heart pumps. And it's just crazy to me that we as human beings, we learn how other things work, but we don't learn how we work. We don't learn how our body connects with ourselves and how our body connects with the universe. We learn more about how to build a computer, and we know how it works. We know how to put a CD in there or CD-ROM. We know how to just crazy stuff, which is important, but I think knowing yourself is the most important aspect of life. And it's very, very, very important you understand self, knowledge of self. Now, the reason why I put it in a pyramid, I could put it in a circle, whatever, but I just, like I said, the pyramid works. Like I said, without health, wealth is not important. Like I said, without knowledge of self, health is not important. Knowledge of self, once you learn about knowledge of self, then you can go get wealth, and then wealth, vice versa. Well, with wealth, you get knowledge of self. You can find teachers and pay them, and they can teach you knowledge of self. the real teachers. You know, you have teachers out there. Dr. Sebi, when Dr. Sebi was alive, he would have been a good teacher, paid to learn. Who else out there? Dr. Africa. It's going to cost money and classes to understand, to learn from the professionals and stuff like that. And I'm the type of person who likes to spend money on education. And with wealth, you're going to need education. And then bad health. No matter how much money you have, if you're dying from bad health, you can pay the best doctors, you can have the best anything, but if your health is bad, this is not gonna work. And like I said, if your health is bad, not with yourself, you're just not gonna have any. So health is a key, very important. I put the star in health first. They're all important, but if I have to choose 1, 2, 3, and it's a very close tie, but like health is number 1. And all this correlates with each other, and the reason, you know what? Put it like this. Just put 2 here and put wealth here. Because you got knowledge yourself, wealth, and with the wealth, you can, you know, learn from the best teachers. And the good thing about these days now, is no reason. We have Google, we have the internet. Internet is the death of society, and is the wealth of society also, and the health also. You can learn so many things on the computer that before you would have to pay big money. Now you can just go Google it and you can find things out. So I mean, I think right here is very, very structured, and to put the metaphysics of it all, you know, health is like just the brain of everything. Health is so important, what you put in your body, depending how long you want to live and stuff like that. And of course, other things happen as far as where you live at. Let's say if you're living in what's that place that's having the, man, I had it in my fucking Flint. I think Flint is having the water problems. Is it Flint? I think it is Flint, Michigan, that's having the water problems. So once you have the bad water and everything, health is going to destroy your health even faster. You might be susceptible to cancer, different cancers, because of what's floating in the water and stuff like that. So health, I think is, let me put 70% food, 70% food, and then I'm gonna put 15% genetics, and then the other 15% is gonna be environment. And that's, in my opinion, is health is right here. What's gonna impact your health. And I think food is very, very important, what you put in your system. We can break it down, what you can put and stuff like that, but that's later on in life. Wealth. Now, what I can teach you about wealth, the best way, to me, in my opinion, to gain wealth is to do something that you love already. So let's say if you love sports, let's say you can't be a football player, a basketball player, you haven't made it. You can always make a YouTube channel talking about sports. You can become a sports writer. You can, you know, just find something. You can make baseballs. You can sell baseballs online. Start a baseball website. You know, stuff like that. But the important stuff is with wealth is find something you love doing, and monetize it. That's my best. I'm not the richest person in the world by far, but I think the best thing in the world is find something you love doing and monetize it. And I think that will get your brain thinking that you're making money doing what you love. You're just not making money taking advantage of people, selling them out, you know, or selling yourself out. You see these days, people will do anything for wealth, with money. They'll do anything. They'll rob. They'll steal. They will sell sex, sell drugs. A lot of people would fuck up their health just to get money. working a job, you know, working crazy ass jobs, and it's like you see so many people working dangerous ass jobs just to become wealthy. And you gotta understand, most people, it's an entrepreneur is hard as fuck. I can write it. I was gonna write it down, but being an entrepreneur is hard as fuck. It's not easy. You'll see these videos where people make, oh, it's easy, 3 steps, and it's crazy that these, like, I can make a video and say the 3 easy ways, the 3 easy steps to making money online, and I bet you that'll get the best views. And I see that with other people, content makers. If they put 3 simple steps how to get 6-pack abs, that would get more views than if you put a title like 3 grueling ways to get abs. That's not gonna get no views because people got the microwave mindset. The microwave mindset is that I want it now. I don't want to do as much work to get it. And then you see that with technology, as far as people getting surgery for 6-packs, people getting surgery, weight reduction, people getting surgery for just different things, just to make the process easier. And in the long run, their body breaks down. And then knowledge of self, to break knowledge of self down. This knowledge of self was taught back in the 90s a lot by the 5%. Knowledge of self, they're big into knowledge of self. They can break down, you know, all the numbers that they have that's associated with knowledge of self. But this is key. If you don't know yourself, you're not going to be happy in life. And I think that's why people kill themselves with depression. Everybody in this world suffer from depression at one point of their life, and they found different ways. Some people choose drugs, which I don't recommend. Some people choose love. Some people choose lifestyle. Some people choose different avenues to battle depression. But I think the main one is knowledge of self. They don't know about themselves enough to realize that they can do something and change themselves, and just by knowing knowledge of self. And this right here is a key ingredient for the brain, for the mind. And I got a book for each one that you can break down, but I'm only going to break down knowledge of self and what's a great book to have for knowledge of self. And it's called The Finding of the Third Eye. If you really want to start knowing yourself and stuff like that, start with this book, The Finding of the Third Eye. It is under Metaphysics. This book we had in opposition for a long time. Very, very important book to have in your library. What I like about the book, even with the serpent, with the snake, with the dove inside the serpent, and what I catch from this is life and death, love and hate, and what I think they put in this symbol right here, just different dualities of life. So this, I think, is like a different sign of yin and yang. You can create that as yin and yang. So by Vera Stanley Alder, I think she's a German lady. Oh, my bad. So the camera died, so I have to come back. I know we're talking about The Finding of the Third Eye. Pick it up. Maybe we can do a whole breakdown of the book, chapter by chapter, but that's later on in life. So what I still want to talk about, I know we're talking about the health, wealth, and knowledge of self. What you gotta understand is health can also be mental health and physical health. Mental and physical. Most people think about the physical more than they think about the mental. They both have to be combined, and they both have to coincide with each other. So hopefully y'all can see me. Hopefully I didn't block it. So yeah, the mental and the physical. You got people who mentally is not right, but then physically they're in good shape, great physique and stuff like that, but mentally they're broken down. You see a lot of people in prison and stuff like that who mentally, I'm not saying not all prisoners and stuff like that, so prisoners don't come and get me. I'm just saying you see a lot of prisoners mentally, they live that thug life, they live that criminal life, and they got the physical broken down, but the mental's not there. and then mentally, and then physically, you got some people who just look like shit. But then it can go both ways, to tell you the truth. Well, you see people who mentally ain't shit and physically ain't shit. You see people who physically have it and mentally don't have it. You see people who are physically and mentally up there. So that's where you want to get to the point where physically and mentally you're in the same page. You can't have, in my opinion, you can have one without the other, but it just won't work. So in my opinion, this is number one, and this is number two. When it comes to like martial arts and stuff like that, they got Qigong, they got Tai Chi and stuff like that, which is mostly mental. And then you got the hard Kung Fu, you got Jiu-Jitsu and stuff like that, which is more physical. But each style in martial arts, they each got their own mental and physical aspect. But you gotta understand, health is mental and physical. Like I said, just to break it down one more time, you have to have knowledge yourself, and you have to have all three of these. Just all have to tie into each other, and then you can put another pyramid in there. Sorry for my mess up pyramid. I know some people got OCD and will get mad about that, but yeah, just a quick simple video. The metaphysics, the pyramid of self. And that's why I call it the pyramid of self. Health, wealth, knowledge of self. And like I said, I broke it down to you and let you know which one to me is more important. 1, 2, 3. And yeah, just let me know what you think about. Put your thoughts on the comments down below. And I think you should just draw it out yourself, and then just come out and this can help you out in the long run, mentally, physically, spiritually too. And then just to put it all together, you put all this together, and it'll be God. So it'll be the God in you. You'll make yourself actually a God. And we can break this down too. I wanted to break it down in this video, but I am gonna make different parts. And this one, I just wanted to let you know the aspects of all three and how they coincide together to become God, or the God within yourself, and let that God within yourself come out and be the best version of yourself. Like they say, no mistake. I see the God in you. So this is the number one aspect. No matter what religion or if you're an atheist, whatever, you want to make yourself as honorable, as majestic as a God. So that's the whole power in life, is to become God yourself. And I'm not saying the whole being, because we're here physically, we're here in this planet, and people tend to think that once you use the word God, that you think you're trying to be over everybody. But you have to treat yourself like a God. You have to treat your temple like a God. So when you use that word God, and they don't use it no more as they used to use it before, back in the 90s, you know, the God, I see the God in you. A lot of 5% teaching is this right here, seeing the God in yourself, which is very powerful. Once you get to this level, which I think is like becoming like the red belt in jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So you can say this is like the red belt, the red belt. And if you take Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, then you will understand what I mean by the red belt. If you don't understand what I mean, sometimes it can take you years to get that red belt. It takes people years to get the red belt. You might be a black belt for your whole life, and you probably will never ever reach that red belt. A lot of the people who have to reach that red belt started at a young age, 11 or 12. But the good thing about the pyramid of self, if you just take step by step, then you know you can become God, depending on how quick you teach yourself and stuff like that. So let me know what you think about this. I know the first video I was in the flow and stuff like that, and then memory ran out, so all this stupid shit. So thank you for watching my video. I want to make more videos like this. Part 2 is coming soon, maybe in a week or so. So let me know what you think, and remember the book. The Finding of the Third Eye is a great book. Knowledge of self, and little by little we'll break this down chapter by chapter, and go through it. Mr. Hip Hop Vegan, thank you for watching my video.